Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all new Beyond the Barricade. We are live. It is 8 o'clock right now, and we are getting ready for Psycho Circus this week and YWC Psycho Circus. So that if you're confused, but it's also Papa Dank Psycho Month. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring on my guest, the one and only APOLLYON. How you doing, bud? Look at that. That's YWC. I love it. I love the shirt.
Thank you, man. Yo, where's cousin Lenny?
Cousin Lenny, man. You know what? After we waxed him that one time, I think he's trying to stay away from me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you knew that.
He's getting a call from me after this. I'm not pleased right now.
Did you know we waxed his leg?
No. I would have loved to seen that.
Oh, let me tell you.
That would have been fantastic. Anybody record it?
It was quite the episode. Yeah, it's in one of my barbershop shows on my channel on YouTube.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a barbershop. So hopefully soon. The actual barber of the group is in his country. So
awesome, man. Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, man. How you doing tonight?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, man. Look at that. Somebody misses cousin Lenny. I can't believe it.
I was missing him until he didn't come on. Now I care less.
I know. Waxed Lenny's legs yesterday. We waxed his leg. His one leg. He shaved the other. He couldn't take the pain no more. All right, let's start off with Psycho Circus. I'm so pumped for this.
Psycho Circus 20 years.
20 years. Let's talk about this match. Yeah. How did it start?
I have no idea. Last show, Alvin was down on his luck. Yeah, Alvin was down on his luck. You know, I saw he was struggling, so I went out there and trying to pick him up or whatever. And then all of a sudden, Nice comes on the screen out of nowhere and just starts berating Alvin. Like, I didn't expect that from Nice. Like, why?
Yeah, me neither. I was there watching.
We grew up together. You know, some of those things were kind of hurtful, And then Alvin's pushing me, getting all upset. You know, he challenges for the match. You know, I really didn't want to do it. You know, I don't want to fight two of my good friends. You know, but I mean, if they want to go toe to toe, then
right.
I'm gonna have to get in there, and they just made the match. I mean, it's Nice's fault. You know, he's the one that
had
the doubt in Alvin's mind. So
he had to instigate the whole thing. I mean, you guys were really good friends at one point.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, I guess it happens, right?
Right, absolutely.
Papa Tank.
What? Hold on, Paulie. Are you sure? Now? All right, I'll let him know. Apollyon, apparently somebody wants to say some stuff to you.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, bring him on. Who is it?
All right, let's see. Oh, it's Alvin.
Apollyon.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I might be doing better on Saturday. I don't know.
Well, you know what? I've been listening, and
I'm glad you've been listening. I've been on for 3 minutes.
What you said before was spot on.
Right.
Nice put in doubt.
Right. I saw it in your eye.
And I've been posting I've been trying to give people a nice little roller coaster ride through my Instagram story. And I'm trying to make sure that when they're watching this story, that they know that I have that now little bit of doubt. But then as I post some of the stuff I've done throughout the last 10 years, I see parts of me that I've lost. So, and I felt that in the ring that night. So even though I want to thank you for coming out there, because you did the right thing, and I would have did the same for you, and you know that. And I would have did the same for Nice, just like you and I did when he was signed to WWE. And we both went out there, and the first thing he said was, "We made it." He's right. We did make it. And that's why I posted today on my story that just kids in the backyard. Yeah, we are those kids in the backyard, but 3 of us wanted just a little bit more. So on Saturday, I have to show that how bad I really want this. So that little bit of doubt caused me to call for this match. I know you probably didn't want this match, but see, you were the catalyst to this. You were the pioneer for all of us, because we would have never known about NYWC, would have known about HWA, would have never known about LIWF, all those early companies in Long Island. We would have never known. We do because of you, and we went to these shows because of you. So you laid the groundwork. So maybe you thought I called you out because I didn't like you. No, Jeff, absolutely not. I called you out because I needed the test. I'm 0-2 against you. I don't know if you're aware that we had 2 singles.
I'm very aware. And
I'm 0-2. So, and the last time we left off, you had your foot on my throat. That's where we left off. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but that's where we left off, you and I.
Sure.
And then our our careers went different ways. You know what I'm saying? You started your career. I went to Ace, and I tried to branch out my career, and I want to come back. And I came back home this year because I have unfinished business to the New York Wrestling Connection. When I put Nice back into the Hall of Fame, that was my first time back in the company in 4 years. And I know you know the story, and you know it's water under the bridge at this point. But now I'm back, and in order to cement my legacy, because I put Nice in the Hall of Fame last year, I put you in the Hall of Fame in October, and now as I look up, I have to go in this Hall of Fame. How can I be the last friend that did this and not be there? I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you saw it. I'm glad that you saw the doubt, because everyone saw the doubt but you. Okay, everyone saw the doubt but you. I have nothing to prove in NYWC. Maybe other avenues of wrestling. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. But in NYWC, I have nothing to prove. In NYWC, Nice has nothing to prove. You're the only one with something to prove at NYWC. Whether you prove that Saturday or you don't prove that Saturday. You're the one with something to prove.
But that's why I wanted you in this match. It's more out of respect. It's more out, I need to earn your respect and Nice's respect, because I don't think it's there. At least that's how I feel. You know, I have a right to my opinion, and that's how I feel. So I feel like I need that respect.
Hey, I respect you. I can't speak for Nice, but I respect you.
And thank you. I thank you for that.
If I didn't respect you, I wouldn't even came out and tried to help you.
And I thank you for that. So you know what? I more called you out because I want that respect, and I have that respect, yes, Jeff. But I know I want to prove myself. I need that win. See, I don't have that win.
You do,
and by far, you are by far one of the most top-notch NYWC superstars of all time. I mean, you evolved throughout the years. You know, from Joey Brajol to Apollyon, and then the Order of the Black, and then that historic title reign that you had. No one could beat you. You know what I'm saying? So I got to prove myself against you. And then, of course, Nice. I mean, look what Nice has done in pro wrestling, period.
No argument there.
Yeah.
But you just need to take that doubt and get rid of it. And you need to be absolute, just like your name says. And you need to get in that ring, and you need to go toe-to-toe with us and prove yourself. And that's what the rest is up to you.
Fair enough.
I'll be ready. You know,
fair enough. Oh yeah. I know he'll be ready. All right. Wow. I don't want to take up most of your show, so Papa Dank, I'm sorry for kind of chiming in. You know, this is Apollion's time. So Jeff, once again, Absolutely. Thank you for allowing me a little bit of time, and I'll see you on Saturday, my man.
See you there, brother.
May the best man win.
You're right.
Hopefully with me. It will. It will be.
See you later, Alvin. Wow. Totally unexpected, Apollyon.
Hey, this is wrestling. Everything's unexpected, right? You never know what's going to happen.
Anything can happen in wrestling, right?
That's it.
All right, let's delve out of Psycho Circus. Yikes. What a show so far. All right, let's delve out of Psycho Circus for a moment. Let's go back to how you fell in love with wrestling. Was it as a young Jeff or a young Apollyon?
I was around 8 years old, 9 years old. I think it was like 93, 94. I was sitting on the couch. My dad put it on. I was like, whoa, keep that on a minute. I think it's something like, I just found it interesting, you know. And then we would watch it from time to time. And it just intrigued me. And then I kind of stopped watching it for a little bit because I played baseball when I was a kid. So, you know, that was my dream. I wanted to be a pro baseball player. I was a pitcher. You know, I was first baseman because, I don't know, back then the big guys always played first base, you know. So I would do that. And then in 1995, I remember this, my parents got me tickets to a WWF fundraiser house show at Pat Med High School.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was my first time there live. I saw, Triple H was on the show. I saw
wow.
Helmsley, King Mabel. There's kind of big names at this type of show.
Right.
Bam Bam Bigelow was on the show, and I was like, that guy kind of looks like me. He
Right.
kind of like me. Like I didn't know, these guys were big. So I kind of that's how sometimes later in my career I got compared to Bam Bam Bigelow.
Okay.
Because when I saw him, I kind of idolized him a little bit. But soon after that, after that show, I was like hooked instantly. I watched it every week. Never missed a pay-per-view. My dad used to come home with the remember the hot box?
Yes.
Hot box. I was streaming all the pay-per-views for free. It was
That's
great.
right.
So I just watched it and I fell in love with it instantly. Another story. I was in 6th grade. I was in health class, and I handed something into the teacher, and I walked back to my desk, and I saw this kid reading a wrestling magazine, right?
Mhm.
So I went back to my seat. I actually sat behind him, and I was like, whoa, there's another person out there that, like me, they watch wrestling. So I tapped him on the shoulder, and I was like, yo, can I borrow your wrestling magazine? And he let me read it, and he's my childhood friend for 30 years now.
Oh, awesome.
So, wrestling brings a lot of people together.
It really does.
Yeah. So,
honestly.
and then we started in the backyard, me and him, just a little thing, him and I just wrestling each other, like not doing nothing or whatever. I had a swing set. We made like a couple of ropes around the pretty typical of what somebody would do in the backyard or whatever.
Right. Awesome. Who
Yeah.
I assume that Alvin and them were part of that team, right?
Well, that's another story. They were actually the rival federation across town.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
We were their rivals. I remember we did a co-promotion show. It was us versus them. But I was friends with Alvin in high school. We met in high school.
Okay.
Same with Nice.
What high school?
Longwood High School out in Middle Island, New York. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
My son went there too.
Oh, nice. Very good. Green and gold.
That's right.
Yeah, no. So they just have I knew them, and we had another mutual friend, Brian McNally, who was who promoted their federation. So we were actually their rival promotion. So we did a cross show, and we ended up shutting down, and I jumped ship to the other side, to their federation, which was my friend and partner holds against me till this day. So hey, you got to go where the money is, right? It was like a jump ship to WCW type of thing.
Gotta go where the money is. That's right. But you're right. Wrestling does bring people together. Even like I see it at my job when I start talking about it. People be like, "Oh, I like wrestling too," and they jump on the conversation. And
So, but I feel like back when I was a kid, it was kind of like people were scared to say they watch wrestling or they like wrestling. They might be
you're right.
Weird or something like that. I didn't give a crap. I wore a wrestling T-shirt to school every day. I wore it proudly.
Me too. I had that DX shirt from Walmart.
Yeah, I got in trouble. I had Mr. Ass shirt with the lips. I got sent home from school a couple of times.
I bet. Like Mr. I'm gonna say your name, Apollyon. Yeah. Mr. Apollyon, you need to go home with that shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, plenty of times I was in that office. So wrestle around the hallway. Yeah, it was. I was really hooked on it. And then, oddly enough, I have a family member that works for the WWE.
Oh,
and
okay.
It brought me backstage. I was on to a house show back in like '99.
Mm-hmm.
It was the show. It was the house show after Droz got paralyzed. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I was fortunate enough to be able to go, see how everything works or whatever.
Right.
And that got me like
hooked.
That got me to like, I want this life. I want to do this.
Gotcha.
So that was, the starting point of getting into training and stuff like that.
I was actually at the show when Droz got
Yeah,
injury.
I was there. Oh, yeah, I was there too.
Yeah,
Terrible, man. I mean, stuff
it
happens.
was terrible. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I was on the side railing, and they brought him by us. So I looked over the railing, and I saw him coming. Obviously, they were bringing him in, and the expression on his face was like he knew that he was done.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's something I'll never forget ever.
Yeah. You ever just see a move, and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, but you know what? It happens. As wrestlers, we know it could happen.
Right.
You know.
Have you had any injuries in your career?
No, thank God. I don't
Lucky.
not from wrestling anyway. I mean, I have
Yeah.
aches and pain. I used up my bump card 3 times over, I think.
Right.
Yeah, no, nothing really too concerning. I did in practice one time. I was giving somebody a shoulder tackle and I broke their arm.
Ooh.
Training. Yeah, it was just because we hit and my arm is like a brick, and
Like yeah. I was about to say.
It just happened to be weird, but other than that, thank God, nothing.
Gotcha. Awesome. All right. So now that you started watching wrestling, going to shows and all that, where did you start to train? You're doing the backyard stuff, obviously. But where did you officially start to train?
Niece, McNally, Alvin, one day they told me to come down. There was this local show on Long Island in I can't remember the town. It was called HWA, the Hardcore Wrestling Alliance. So I went down and I was just watching the show. Like it was like you've been to the Sportatorium. It was like just like that, so up close. And I was like, wow. I went with my dad. He took me. I watched the show. I was thinking about it earlier. I think the main event was like the SATs and Divine Storm versus Red and stuff like that. I can't remember. It was so long ago, but
wow, SATs have been around for a while.
Yeah, I think it was actually the original Psycho Circus match.
Oh wow!
I think my facts are right, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, long story short, show was over. It was awesome. I turned to my dad. I was like, "They have a school here. I need to do this."
Right.
So I signed up. I went down the next day. I signed up. This was, I think it was 2000. And I signed up. I started training.
There's Alvin, Lincoln Avenue, Holbrook.
Dang, coming through Lincoln Avenue in Holbrook. Yep. So I started training there. I went about 6 months, and then they switched buildings. I did another month, and then they shut their doors. So I was like 8 months into training. I was almost finished. At the time, I didn't understand. Now I do. How wrestling works and so on. Whatever. No ill will and no bad things to say about HWA. So a couple of months went by. I'm just hanging around. I ordered a pizza from my local place, and the guy that delivered is Robert Franklin. I don't know if you know him. He goes by Big Daddy Francois. He wrestled for HWA. I knew he wrestled at that time, and he's like, "How's your training going?" I was like, "Yeah, they shut down. I'm sure you knew." He goes, "Yeah." He says, "Come down to this place in Connecticut and meet my friend John, and we'll." He's opening up at school.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool. So I went down on the next Tuesday, and I walk in, and unbeknownst to me, his friend is Mikey Whipwreck.
Oh, okay.
And and I'm a big ECW mark. I'll use that term. I don't care. I mean, we're all marks.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? We're all marks.
Yeah, I was a big ECW guy. I loved that. I stayed up till 2 a.m. every Saturday watching on MSG. So I'm like, wow, this is Mikey Whipwreck. Like, yes, Bellaroma, Big Daddy Haystacks. Yep,
let me bring that up. Bellaroma Pizza, Big Daddy Stacks from
Daddy Haystacks. Yeah, he's been around a long time. He's a good friend of mine. Yeah, I love him to death. So I joined. It was Mikey named his school the QWA, the Question Mark Wrestling Alliance. And if anybody knows Mikey, is big question mark with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what's going to happen with Mikey. So, I wound up joining there. I had to start all over.
Right.
We did hellacious cardio. every day. Every training day. After we did cardio after we wrestled.
Cardio's tough, man. I can imagine like cardio at the gym is tough. I can imagine wrestling cardio.
We have if you ever get a chance to meet him down at the shows, Joey Bernard, and he worked us, man. Squats. We used to run in the ring, crisscross, bump, flip bump, go back and go wait for the next guy. Keep doing the squats. It was tough. It was the toughest thing I ever did.
It does sound tough.
Long story short, a year, a little less than a year, because I had already been training 8 months. But there was other students there, so I did the full. I didn't want special treatment or anything, so I did the whole thing, and I wound up getting my license. You need a license back then. And
I didn't know you needed a license.
Yeah, you needed a license, and you actually needed a piece of paper with 3 licensed wrestlers vouching for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about nowadays?
Now in New York, you don't need anything.
No, just a promoter.
It's been like that for a while. Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
Okay. Just a promoter needs a license, right, to run the show.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. So that was I finished. That was 2002.
Wow. And then tell me about your first match after that, because that's like kind of, I know you did the other stuff, but that was kind of like your first.
Oh, my first pro
match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was actually in a battle royal in 2001.
Oh, okay.
USA Pro Wrestling with Frank Goodman used to run that. I don't know if you're familiar with Frank Goodman, but that was a big local show around the area. But QWA had their first show in March of 2002. I wrestled Ken Scampy, there was two other graduates, Ken Scampy and Tara Charisma from the QWA, Mikey's first school. So I worked him in a singles match. And it went great. I mean, I was nervous as hell. I'm still nervous when I wrestle 20 years later. So, but
I get it. I mean, I get nervous coming on and doing this.
Yeah. If you're not nervous, you're not doing something right or something like that.
Right. Because
you're your own critic, But yeah, no, that was my first match. It went well, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, I like this. This is cool.
This is for me, right?
Yeah. And that was at Deer Park Community Center.
I bet.
That was a great venue for wrestling back in the day.
Yeah, a lot of shows came out of that place.
That was the epicenter of at least wrestling in Suffolk County, I think, so.
Right. It wasn't just NYWC doing shows there, right? With other promotions?
Well, at the time, it was QW. NYWC wasn't around. It was QWA.
Oh, QWA.
It was
okay.
Pro, LIW. I think it was LICW, Long Island Championship Wrestling. And that turned into NYWC eventually. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
How long has that building been around? That's there now. The NYWC building. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm not really like.
Well,
I know I watch wrestling, but I haven't been. Just recently have I started NYWC.
Yeah, I believe we're there at least 15 years.
15 years, okay. Oh, hold on, Alvin's got more to say. Jeff used to bring us backyard kids there. That's where me and Niece took our first bumps.
Al, you're gonna get me heat here. What's going on?
A lot of history.
Yeah,
big anticipation for this match coming up Saturday.
Yeah. I was trusting enough with a key to the building, and I used to take him down on the low and let him roll around a little bit. It was not allowed, but what did I know at the time? It was,
screw it, you did it anyway.
Yeah. Why not? Right, I know they loved it, so why not have them? And if that helped them, break in a little more, hey, no problem.
Let's go with your favorite opponent that you've had over the years.
Oh wow, that's a good question.
Tough questions.
Yeah, because
I like to know the basics when I first, have the first, interview with someone.
Sure, yeah,
I don't know.
You wrestle especially me. I've been around for like 20-something years. You wrestle so many people.
Absolutely.
When I first started, Ken Scampy was always my favorite because we knew each other, and we knew each other's, what we did well, what we didn't do well, and we had a lot of chemistry.
So yeah, good chemistry, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love wrestling Alvin. I love wrestling Niece. I had great chemistry with John Silver. It was some of my favorite matches when I was in my title run.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I can't pinpoint.
Okay, that's a couple you named. That's fine.
Yeah, I can't pinpoint like a favorite because some people wrestle people 15, 20, 25 times. You know, I was always
Right.
wrestling somebody different. So
Okay. What
yeah.
about an opponent that you haven't wrestled that you would have loved to have wrestled against? That's in the independent scene.
In the independent scene.
Yeah. Could be
You know what?
someone in the past, someone now.
I've kind of been out of the game a little bit. I feel like I'm on like NYWC legend contract. I'm like an attraction. Like I come out once in a while.
Like Lita last night.
Yeah, you know, something like that. But I mean, so I haven't really kept up with people on the indies. But if I were to come back and let's say do a some kind of like a retirement tour or something like that, like I would love to wrestle, you know, everyone I have in NYWC. You know, I'd go down the list, eat all of them.
Okay. You ever wrestle Conway?
I haven't wrestled Conway. I would love to wrestle Conway. He always wants to get in there, but you know, he's doing real good. He's doing his own thing right now.
Yeah, he's doing good.
You know, so. But I mean, I would anyone and everyone. You know, I'm sorry I can't name any names. I haven't really.
No, that's good.
On the indies, you know, if you were to say like TV and stuff.
All right, let's go with TV then.
People on TV, you know, I would love to wrestle. I would always love to wrestle a tag match with the Bucks.
Oh, okay.
Or Omega, like those type of guys are challenges to me, and I just love that because I feel like I could hang with them. Not right now, but you know, back in my like prime.
Right.
You know, that would be a challenge and fun to me. I always look for a challenge because I always felt that I was like not sure if I could do it to begin with.
Okay.
So I used to like, you know, those type of guys like that and
right.
You know, stuff like that. So
all right, awesome. Let's go into best gimmick match you have been in, and then one you want to be in that you haven't been in, or maybe you're just not upset that you want to be in any stage.
Well, I mean, I think the only gimmick match I've really done is the circus match, and that's my favorite match to be in. I've been in 6 of them, I think.
Okay, we got a comment for you. Apollyon, you can hang with anyone even now. You're one of the all-time greats, brother. That is SWAGM. I know who that is.
Awesome, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, let's go.
But yeah, the circus match is the best gimmick match I've been in. I guess I've been in 6 of them. So it's actually the hardest match I've ever done. Well, second hardest match I've ever done because it takes a lot to the one year I was in first and I had to last like 45 minutes.
Jeez.
And that's like scared territory, like 45 minutes.
Is that going to be the main event, the actual 5-on-5 match? Or do you know what the main event is?
Yep.
Well, let me see if I have it here.
It always is.
I had it. Is it that? No, that's Jorge.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, I had him on. I was his first podcast.
Nice.
Yeah. He was nervous though, man. He was nervous.
Yeah, I'm not the best talker or a promo guy. I was fortunate enough to have a great mouthpiece in Crusher Dugan. Even when I started as Joey Brazola, I had a great mouthpiece with Prince Charles. When I was in the Order of the Black, Cade Lothbrok now.
Oh, Cade, right.
One of the most best promo guys that I would be able to be around. He could just like
he can just sprout him.
So yeah, like
yeah.
He was awesome with that. I mean, I was around so many great promo guys. Mm-hmm. I tried my damnedest to I practiced a lot and I did my talking in the ring.
Right. There you
go. I'm glad I had that mouthpiece with Crusher Dugan. He helped out. He helped out the Apollyon character a lot.
Okay. Oh, we got a comment from Serena. I was told that you and the Big O's feud is the greatest of his career.
Okay. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. It was a good feud. You know what? It was a long and drawn out, which is rare for indies. Especially an indie with no like television,
right?
Anything like that. So yeah, I had a great time with Big O. was actually surprised I was on time. You must have not had him on because he probably would still be talking.
No, no, he had to cancel. He's coming back on Thursday though. It's
All right, yeah. No, I mean, Big O's great, man. He gets a lot of slack sometimes, but he's really the best. You know, he's a good cat.
Alvin agrees. That was the greatest feud.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Let's jump out of wrestling for a moment. Let's talk about some of your favorite hobbies. What do you like to do in your free time?
Nothing. I'm pretty boring gentleman.
No collections. You don't collect?
Oh, yes, I do collect. I collect wrestling action figures. I mean, it's a hobby, but it's I got a lot of. I've been collecting since I was a kid.
It's an expensive hobby.
It's an expensive hobby, yeah, especially like I think I've bought every AEW figure known to man.
Oh,
and a lot of them I don't get in the stores. I got to go to the collectible store, which
I'm close. I collect a lot of them. I'm missing a lot of the chases.
Yeah, I got 2 chases. I think I got the Brody Lee chase.
Oh, okay.
And I have the Jericho chase with the bat and the spiky jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah. Oh yeah, no, I love to collect. I got Detolfs all over the house, and my wife gets upset.
I got a Brody Lee that was at San Diego. They only made 1,000 of him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had to pay for him, obviously, a lot. But it was like I need that figure.
Yeah, I search for figures everywhere I go. If I'm in another state, I go to every Walmart, Target. I got to check it out because the rotation is different. New York has some things, out of state has some things. I mean, you got to take the time to look.
Yes, and now AEW, the shop on Pro Wrestling Tees gets exclusives here and there.
I did see that. I think didn't they partner with Amazon too?
Yes, Amazon has their own set of exclusives.
Like that'd be cool.
Walmart has theirs. I got a special Cody one.
Yeah.
Oh man, so many to even talk about.
Sure. I mean, yeah, and other than collecting, in my shoot job, I own my own catering company. I'm a chef. So if I'm not wrestling or watching or whatever, I'm cooking all 24/7. So awesome. I don't really have time for hobbies.
What's your signature dish?
I cook so many things. I don't really have anything Italian. I grew up in an Italian family, so anything I could do to the T.
Meatballs. I love meatballs.
I do the 3 meats: pork, veal, and beef.
Oh, see, I gotta have some meatballs.
The meat blend. Yep.
I gotta ask Lenny to bring me some. If I can get in touch with that guy.
Yeah, I'm calling him after. You better answer.
No, don't call him. He's sleeping, man. He's done. Yeah, he's done for the night. Like he knows our interview is today, and we've been talking about this for a while. And I'm calling him all day, and he doesn't pick up.
He's scared.
We got a comment. I have the 1 of 3,000 Jack's Classic Superstars Edge signed by him too.
Nice.
Awesome. Are you looking for any figs? I work at Walmart, so sometimes I'll get some figs, but I don't get many.
Now, when I go there, I just go. Well, I don't got that one or that one, so I'll just fill the call up. And really, I'm not too crazy, too hardcore. We're I got to chase down something. If I see it, I'll just get it.
You'll grab it, right? Yeah, I'm big into Funkos too. So
I never got into them. I have the NWO set of Funko.
Oh, the 3 of them together?
Hogan, Nash, and Hall.
Yeah, that just came out not too long ago.
Yeah, I saw it in Walmart one day. I was like,
yeah.
I don't really like Funko Pops, but I'll add it to my collection. Why not?
Right. Yeah, I got all the WWE ones signed, unsigned. It's plus others that it's crazy. All right, let's jump back into wrestling. Oh, hold on, we got some Lenny comments here.
Uh-oh.
Serena tagged Lenny just now when I shared the interview, and Lenny needs to wake up. Lenny's in a coma. Cousin Lenny's in a coma right now, trying to get some sleep.
Yeah, he's got the rest of his interview to call in. I don't know.
I told him, man. I don't think he's even going to circus.
He's not going on Saturday either.
I don't know. He says I'm busy. I'm a busy guy.
You know what?
I don't know what he's doing, but he's busy.
He's got to work by 2. Shows at 7.
I know, right? He gets out at 2
in his area, nonetheless. in his area, nonetheless, with the venue change. I know he don't like to drive nowhere, but he should get there.
I know. I'm excited to go, man. I got my tickets. Well, I got to pick them up from someone. We'll keep him nameless for now.
Sure. Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I'm excited. I mean, 600 people, about maybe more.
The rate we're going, it might be a little more. I don't know. We're almost sold out again. I think there's like 15 or so tickets left, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
from what I'm gathering, probably the biggest show on Long Island so far in a while.
I would think so. Sure.
In a while. I mean, I work out of VPW, and they're not coming into 600.
Sure. Yeah, the show.
It's a big show. That's how important this show is.
Yeah, it's 20 years. It's like equivalent to like, I don't know. Would you say WrestleMania 10,
right.
20, or 30? You know, it's like it's like the big one.
Right. It's a big show coming up. All right, let's jump back into wrestling for a moment. Tell me about some of your favorite venues that you wrestled out of and why they were favorites to you.
Man, my favorite is the old Elks Lodge in Queens.
Oh, see, I never been there.
Out of that was like nostalgia for me when I started. I was like, oh wow, you know. And the best is even setting up the ring there. I should do ring crew when I first started. Bring up the fire escape, drop it down into the trash can.
Oh man.
Yeah, that wasn't fun, but it was fun, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, definitely Elks Lodge in Queens. I mean, the Sportatorium it has the best feel, you know, I've ever had the chance to be around. You know, because everyone's so close and on top, and everybody's passionate. Right. I got a chance to work the Rahway Rec Center for PWS. There was like 2,000 or so people there. That was cool. It just looks like a full, you know, gymnasium and stuff like that. And then one other venue when I was down, I got a chance to work for Evolve and Dragon Gate a couple years back, and we went down for WrestleMania 30 weekend in New Orleans. They had a cool it's kind of like a big auditorium where the ring was on a stage and then everyone else was like behind. It was pretty cool. You know, just the lights.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, those are some venues that I really liked.
Okay. Do you have any goals left in wrestling that you want to accomplish?
I'm sure. You know, who knows? Before I die, I'd like to have one match on television, or in a big arena, just to see what it would be like. You know.
Right.
I had never had gotten the opportunity to do that. So if that was the one goal I had left, it would probably be that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm one of those people, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I was scared of success, if that makes any sense.
It's a lot of commitment.
I knew I would be able to handle it, but I had that self-doubt that Alvin might be feeling right now.
Right.
So I had, was like, can I, if I get this opportunity, can I really do it? Am I good enough? Is success something that I could achieve? So, but I never let it hold me back too much, but it was it was a factor, when I was doing my thing,
All right. We got another question for you. Hold on.
Sure.
We actually have a question. Who's your favorite NYWC fan? Mine is Rocker Don. That's actually a pretty good question. Who's your favorite fan?
I got a lot. I got give a big props to my man Robert Lottie. Robert Lottie's been there from the beginning. He always, when he does review the shows, he always right by me. I love Robert Lottie. If I could be biased, my favorite was my dad. And when he came, unfortunately he passed away in 2008. So he was there till the end. I would say Robert Lottie, but I love all the fans, man. If they came to see me, I appreciate it. They didn't come to see me, I appreciate it because they came to see me.
Either way, they're seeing you.
So, it's I always say it. The fans are the center of it. We're nobody without them.
Definitely.
They're just imagine wrestling and nobody being there.
Yeah.
It's not fun. I wrestled in front of 3 people when I first started. It's not fun, but the fans are the ones that make us. And I appreciate them all, everything they do, every piece of money they spend to come see us.
And I feel like there's a resurgence now in wrestling. A lot more people are involved coming to shows.
People want to get out of that COVID so bad.
Absolutely.
But it's becoming, it goes in cycles. It's becoming interesting again to, not just a general fan,
right?
Like IR fan, but people in general. And it gives somebody to do, and it's not as expensive as something else you'd like to go to, So.
Absolutely. Hold on. Your Hall of Fame speech had me bawling while ringing the bell. LOL.
I appreciate that, man. Well, it's a lot of my speech was, just giving it back to people that helped me out along the way, and my dad was a big part of my career. He was my biggest supporter. He dropped everything to bring me to all the shows, to training. He'd sit there 5-6 hours a night, and he had to go to work at 7 a.m. the next day.
Wow.
So he drove me. He brought me to all the live shows I wanted to go to.
Right.
He drove me everywhere, Jersey, Queens, wherever I had to wrestle. So.
Right. I'm hoping that that tradition carries on in my family with my son who wants to be a professional wrestler. So I kind of know how he would feel in that regards because it gets emotional. You know what I'm saying? I get emotional thinking about it.
Yeah, he wanted nothing but for me to make it and stuff like that. He was great. SWA.
That's Alex.
Alex. Oh, Alex, I can see the picture. Yeah. I know Alex. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Alex is a good guy.
Yeah, man.
He's a big figure guy.
Nice. I think we all are. I just got to find one
right?
They like to admit it, But yeah, man, my dad was he kept me going. He always said I could do it. And then as I'm on here now, if anybody's watching that think they can't do it or they think that might be too big or too small, never know until you try. So
absolutely,
just do it.
Absolutely, I've had a lot of wrestlers tell me they felt they were too small, and then they see like a Fuego del Sol, who's on AEW, and they're like, "Oh, I can do it." Yeah, absolutely.
And go, if it's your dream to do it, just do it.
Absolutely, I encourage my.
You could say you tried.
I encourage my son definitely. He's ready. He's at the gym now, getting in shape.
All right, man. Yeah.
So that's good stuff. That's right. Got to start early. Before we go, I wanted you to tell me a rib that was played on you, or one that was played that you played on someone else.
I don't think
those are some of my favorite stories.
I don't think I've actually ever been ribbed.
Oh,
I would have loved to be ribbed. I have a. It takes a lot to get me upset. I would have loved it, but I can't remember me being ribbed. But I did one time when we first started Order of the Black. I remember some of the other guys. We were at a hotel, and there was a window, and next to the window was a tree, and we hung all the gimmick bags, the gear bags, on some of the limbs of the trees on the outside. And they're like, "Oh, where's our bag?" I go,
I don't know. Go check outside.
Yeah, I mean they were easy to get. It wasn't like they didn't climb on the tree or anything, but that was pretty cool. It was stupid stuff like that. I mean,
gear ribs are like the number one thing.
Yeah, as for myself, I don't think I've ever been ribbed. I would have loved to. That would have been cool. Like I'm cool. I'm cool with that stuff. I don't care.
Now somebody might be hearing this and going, "I'm again on a Saturday."
All right, what do I care?
Your last thoughts on Psycho Circus as we round to finalize our interview.
It's going to be a great show. It's the 20-year anniversary.
Pull that up real quick. There it goes.
This match, all stuff aside, this match is very near and dear to me. I said, I wrestled both of them in singles, and now we get to wrestle together. and see who truly is the best.
And look, it's sponsored by Cactus Cafe.
All right,
This-
Cactus
this-
Cafe.
This match.
Awesome.
Oh no, the whole thing. Psycho Circus 20 is presented
Nice.
by Cactus Cafe. All right.
Yeah, man.
Go
it's gonna be
check out
good.
Cactus Cafe.
Sure, yeah, go check them out. Sponsors are
Sponsorship is
good, man.
very important
Yeah,
nowadays.
they sponsors bring in they bring in obviously more revenue for the company.
Right.
They get the company out there, especially
Right.
sponsorship
Keeps
for a wrestler. Let's say it's the easiest way to get your brand out there.
Right.
So if you have the chance or opportunity to
Absolutely.
actually have a sponsor, I would be all for it. But yeah, man, Psycho Circus 20. We got the circus match, the main event, us versus H2O. NYWC better win.
It's gonna be a big match. My buddy's in there, Tommy Rant.
Tommy Rant. I love Tommy
My
Rant.
buddy. That's my buddy.
I talk to him here and there,
I see him every night at the gym.
Nice. Yeah, he's a good cat, man.
He's a good guy.
They're gonna rock it in the main event. I'm looking forward to Joey and Dan. I love Dan and Joe. Dan was around when I first started, so he's been around a while too. Jordan and Jorge La Bestia.
Jorge, that's right.
Yeah. They go in Mistretta for the NYWC Championship. There's no greater prize than that.
That's right.
And we got I can't say Man Bun's new name. I'm not sure what it's Fifth Karras versus Izzy.
Fifth Karras.
For the what's it?
Fifth Karras. Fifth Karras, yeah. It took me a while to get it too.
Yeah, Demon Man Bun, I don't know, whatever. Versus Izzy for the women's championship or Starlet, I think we call it.
Starlet, yes. Well, yikes. That's going to be a tough one, man.
Then we got the Joker's Wild Battle Royal, which is a great opportunity for some of the younger guys and senior guys, really, whoever's in it. You get a shot at the championship if you win it. So, and there's always sometimes there's surprises in there, so you never know who might be in it. That's always good. It's gonna be a good show. It's definitely worthy of a 20-year anniversary card. And thanks to you and everyone else in advance for coming.
No problem. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be
let me pull that out. Look at that. That's gonna be a huge match.
Very excited. Very excited.
And I'm nervous.
I'm nervous.
I'm very excited. Alex picks Sal Savelli.
Al Savelli, another great guy. Another up and comer for the NYWC. Keep your eye on him.
Yes, we have Jordan on Thursday's episode.
Hey, Reg, my man.
You will be on Thursday's episode. All right. Where can everybody follow you, Apollyon?
Yeah, sure. I'm on Instagram. I'm under my real name at Jeffrey Langelli. I post wrestling stuff. I post pictures of food at like 11:30 at night, so you get hungry. I post about a little bit of everything. My Twitter is at Apollyon NYWC. I'm not really on there much. I'm more of an Instagram guy. And Facebook, I don't really go on that much at all. So, I do have a Apollyon Facebook page if you want to go on and like it. I haven't really posted there in a while because I haven't been active that much. And then if anyone's never seen my stuff and they want to see it, I have a YouTube channel. It's OOTB space Apollyon. I think it's OOTB Apollyon with no spaces as the link, but the actual. So I got stuff, a lot of matches on there. If you guys never seen it, you want to check it out. Get familiar because I don't know how many people from the last couple of years even know who I am. So if they want to see it,
yeah, absolutely.
I
bet there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of matches with like 3 or 4 matches with the Big O.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just whatever, a lot of stuff. Then my match with Johnny Silver.
I like to see that one.
There's like 20 or 30 matches on there, so you guys feel free to check them out.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. As for me, I got a big week too. I got Psycho Month for me for Psycho Circus. I got these guys coming up on tomorrow. The Shillelagh Hitmen.
I love the
second podcast appearance.
Nice.
They'll be on tomorrow at 7, followed by JT Kaysen himself.
We've gone through some battles with and against each other. I love JT. He's the man.
I love the shirt. Kaysen 316.
How could you not make a shirt like that? That's the shirt you need to make.
Absolutely. Then we got Jordan Reddington on this Thursday.
Awesome, man.
This Thursday night, as well as the Big O. He will be on Thursday, 7 o'clock.
I was joking with him last night. I was like, I gotta follow you on the podcast, man. I can't.
I know. He's committed to coming on the show.
Yeah, man. He's good, man. That'd be awesome, man. He's a good.
So
he's an entertaining guy.
That's right. I heard that. A lot of people were asking me about yourself and him.
Yeah.
So a lot of excitement here.
Definitely.
I know you don't make too many podcast appearances, so I appreciate you coming on.
Oh, absolutely, man. You know, I did a couple, but like I said, I always my thing was, it's a little bit out of character for me to do that.
Right.
But this is a different type of match and different kind of circumstances.
Right.
Plus, I've learned to relax a little bit and not be so Magoo, so.
All right. We
Yeah,
also have.
Thanks for having me on. I had a really. This was fun.
I appreciate you coming on, but the plugs keep coming, Apollyon. The plugs keep coming.
I love to talk wrestling, man. A lot of people. Wow, what's that?
Oh, that's the 23-6 YouTube heavyweight champion. It is the most coveted title in all of YouTube.
Nice.
And we will see what's going on with it in the season premiere of Vlog Interaction coming up later this month.
Yeah, go watch that, everybody.
Handcrafted by a Bushman in the Australian outback.
Nice.
True story. True story.
Yeah.
I will also be. Oh man, I got a lot of stuff going on, Apollyon.
Hey, that's a good problem to have, right?
I got the big horror event coming up with Robbie Rebel.
Nice.
We will be hanging out together March 11th in Queens, and then I got to take a trip the following Saturday after that. I'm going to Philly for Icons of Wrestling Spring Fling.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. That would going back to what we were saying before. I would have loved to have wrestled in the ECW arena. That would have been cool. That would have been cool to do. Yeah.
You guys got the actual stage, right?
Yes, we have the actual ECW stage. One of the original ones. Yep.
That is awesome.
And the cages we had too. I don't think they have them up right now, but we do have them. Yep.
All right. One last plug for me, sir.
Okay.
Next month, we got the Blood, Sweat, and 17-year anniversary show at Victory Pro Wrestling. Go to victoryprowrestling.com, get your tickets for that show. And they are also sponsoring wrestlers as well.
Awesome, man.
So
hey, go see that.
make sure you go to VPW and sponsor your favorite wrestler. Same thing with Psycho Circus. Get your last remaining tickets. They're almost sold out again.
Come on down.
We had to change the venue.
Saturday, February 25th. Psycho Circus 20.
Psycho Circus.
Come on down. Come see a great show. 7 o'clock. Get there early because you're going to be packed. Get there early.
I mean, I got to get there early too. I got a couple of people who want to say hello to me, and I'm telling them I might be like this. I might not be able to say hello.
Another good problem to have.
I'll have to be the next show after.
You'll have a great time. If you see me around, say hello.
Absolutely. All right. Everybody else, thank you for being in the lively chat tonight. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing and sharing. Let's keep the podcast going.
Absolutely. Like, subscribe, support Papa Dank. He's doing a great thing.
I'm trying, sir. I'm trying.
Lenny.
I just like you, busy life, work, wrestling.
Business, wrestling.
Look,
Lenny,
Alex loves us both.
Alex, I love everybody. I'll see you at the show.
See you at the show.
Lenny, I'm disappointing you right now.
Disappointing cousin Lenny tonight.
I know you're probably sleeping, so I won't. You're an old man. I won't disrespect you. I'm
100%. He's out like a light.
Calling you tomorrow.
I'm calling you too, but he's not answering. Apollyon, thank you once again. For everybody else, we're gonna say good night. Apollyon, stick around for a moment, please.
You bet.
Have a good night, everybody. Had a great time tonight. Appreciate everybody. We'll be back tomorrow with the Shillelagh Hitman and JT Kaysen. Let's go Psycho Circus this Saturday. Let's get pumped for it.
Yeah, let's go.
See you guys.